Alright, so here's the scan of from a couple of weeks ago. And I have them side by side comparison of the one done in March 15th. And the person who read the scan told me that the results were showing progression over the last scan. But when you look at the old scan, which is the one with the heart starker, and the new scan, you can see that the lymph nodes that they're talking about that they're growing and they're getting hotter. I'm like, well, I don't see that. Yeah, there are still lymph nodes, and one of them did get a little bit bigger, but that could be to anything. Anything can cause that, not just cancer. The thing is all these other lymph nodes over here are actually less active, and there's less of them around the left lung. And I was like, well, what the hell? Even the ones on the left, by the left ribs, are even better. So it's like, what is this doctor talking about? I don't see what this doctor is talking about. Like, oh, there's progression, you know? So I'm going to be contacting my oncologist, and I'm going to want her to look at a side by side of the scans, because this is determining my next line of treatment. I mean, here's a side view. Again, you can see how much bigger this old lymph node is. And here it's like half the size. And these little ones here, I mean, give me a break. They're not as dark. So something else is, something, I don't know what the hell is going on with this. When this scan looks better, even though all the bone, little uptick in the bones, it's like it's gone. The minuprian is even lighter, and that's always been a challenging one for me. So something, there is something really strange going on. This again, this is a bladder. This is the tube that goes from the bladder to the kidneys. That's very normal. The darker stuff is just the organs. That's normal. Now this is entirely new. It looks like I had some muscle uptake in my neck, which is, you can see a little bit here, but that might just be, yeah, that's not the same thing. That looks like a vein. So yeah, you can see kind of like one's in the back and one's in the front. So I'm not entirely sure what that is. I'll have to look that up. But overall, you can see here that the darkness and size of these little tiny nodules that are around the left lung are smaller and less active. But in the old scan from 3 months ago, that's it. I don't have any controls of video of it, but you can see all that. There's even more here. And it's like, and they saying, oh, there's progression, there's progression. I'm like, what? This looks better. This new one looks better. So what the hell is that this radiologist talking about? You might, why stop a treatment that looks like it's working? You know, it's holding things off. It doesn't have to be cancer-free. It just needs to keep things from growing. And that looks like it's doing its job. So why would I be wanting to change treatments if I'm stable? So I'm going to be definitely contacting my oncologist about this, because this is concerning. That my oncologist is reading the report. I'm not sure if she looked at the scan or compared scans, but this just, to me, this looks like I'm stable. And if I'm stable, I would prefer to stay in the same treatment for as long as possible, because that means, you know, the longer I can stay in each treatment, the longer I'll live. So, you know, I can even show you this one here. I can go back to this scan here, and we can look at the hips, and even the hips are saying, hey, things are better, you know, let's not be crazy and switch things up. So let me scroll down here. Let's put that there. Push play. Okay, good. So let me kind of compare images there. Kind of get the same, gotta look for the same shape in the bones there. Little smiley face there, guys. So it looks like about the same location. So this is old, this is new. This is not as good, this is better. That's old, that's bigger. That's new, that's smaller. Why are we saying that things are worse? I don't get it. So let's go forward. Okay, so that's another spot there. So let's look at that one, how that one looks compared to now. So we'll get that to the same shape. I think that's pretty close. Okay, so you can see that this is, you know, it's a little bit more yellow. This one's not quite as yellow, so that's showing improvement. That's a little brighter. That's a little darker. That's good. This is a little brighter, and look, like the little bit of osseousness is gone. So that's an improvement. Why are we saying that things are getting worse when they look like they're getting better? That is very concerning that they
But
would
again,
read it that way.
you can see that the
So let's find another
the
spot
amount
there.
of
Let's
bone
get
there,
to.
it's
Come
fairly the same as the
on.
amount of bone on the other
Talking
side.
too long in one
Like
spot. Alright, let's see here. So here's another little area here that was on another previous. So you can kind of see that looks the same. That's fine. It's a little bit bigger there, but it's smaller there. So that shows me that's improvement.
I'm not getting ready for a hip break or something.
Let's see here. We're
That's
going
good.
up.
Again, more uniform
Yep.
stuff.
See, that's even
That's
better
just another
there.
intestinal blob. That was that one blob that showed up, and that could be like a diverticuli that's really irritated right now. I
Bladder.
do have diverticuli with a little pockets that
All normal stuff.
stick
The bladder's
outwards
always going to be
from
like
the
that. That's where all
large
the radio
intestine,
tracer
and
is.
so you can get stuff in there and get irritated and cause inflammation and pain and diarrhea. So, right
A
hip
little bit of
stuff, I
inflammation
have
there, but
some
that's
inflammation here,
actually a little bit better than
and a
last
tiny
time.
bit there, but not. I've had hip pain, so that could be related to why I'm having hip pain. I keep going through, pelvic region doesn't look too bad. Little funny little
There
hot
was a
spot
couple
there,
of little
but
spots in the
also a
femur,
little warm
and
spot on
they've
that
gotten
side.
better. So like that's a
Hot spot
progression,
there, warm
really?
spot there. So
Hmm.
kind of uniform, so it's
I
probably
question
just
that.
normal
I think the person who
physiological
read this
stuff.
was having a bad day and just
That's
wanted
the
everybody else to have a
skin.
bad day.
That's always like that. It's nothing to be worried about.
So yeah.
So, nothing scary.
Darn phone. Okay, let's see if we can find some more stuff that kind of collaborate my story here.
The worst
Go
is
back up to the
everything
head and neck.
is doing pretty good. So I'm
Oh,
really
don't
happy
go
with
up,
that.
hurry.
Nothing life threatening
I
or
think it comes back
lifestyle
down.
threatening. So
Maybe not.
very happy about that.
Let's come back to here.
But overall, pretty good.
So we're about
Back on the
T12 area.
chest. So hopefully we'll continue to see
Heart.
improvement. I don't want to look at that. What that
So
is.
there was some stuff here.
It's a blood vessel.
Okay, wait, let's go back. Pause. There was a lymph node right there by the spine and behind the, oh, I think it's one of the, right there. Okay, so let's look for that one on here. Okay, so you can see this, so we're looking for this circular shape. There's a circular shape there. Gotta go down a little further, I think. I think that's pretty close. So now we gotta look for the same bone shape. But you can see, okay, so we're pretty close, right around there, huh? Look at that. That's now, that's then. So you can tell me that's progression when that's old and this is new. Okay. Now this little spot in the pleural effusion, it did get a little hotter. Okay, but those come and go all the time for me. They change all the time. So I'm not worried about that stuff. If it's in the pleural effusion, I'm not worried about it. And it's in the pleural effusion is getting smaller, so that's good. Let's see here. Now there was another one, some little lymph nodes by the ribs. Let's see if we can get to that point. Oh, that's the wrong way. Oh, wrong way again. Okay, so it should be one here somewhere. No, it's going the wrong way. Alright, let's play from there. Okay, so we're about there. That's the heart. I don't see the lymph nodes there. Let's see if we can get them to pop up. Okay, there's a little bit there. And it didn't stop like it was supposed to. Go back. Alright, so I'm just looking for the lymph nodes over here. There's a little couple of spots there. But you see there was two there. There's another little one there. So those are all those little black specks you see in the white and black image. So there was two little ones there, barely even there. I mean, that's one nodule. That's what. Oh, that's progression. It was one friggin' little nodule, but everything else looks so much better. And that's where I'm like, wait a minute. All right, so there's a. I always have some up and around this area too. So let's go ahead and look at those. Yeah, see, there's one there. So there's little mini spots there. It's nothing serious though. It's not like a huge difference. Okay, so lymph nodes. That's hurt. Come on, let's get to the right spot. Okay, so that's the maneuvering. That one's always irritated. Again, the lymph nodes we just demonstrated. That's nothing new. Now that one that could be, that's on the outer side, and that could very possibly be from, I was extremely active before, a couple days before, and I could have bumped that and caused that. So again, something like that, when it's on the outside like that, I kind of don't give that a lot of credence. But I just, this is why you need to have your own scans, because you never know what these people are actually saying about you. Let me go back to that one again. So let's go back to this again. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Gosh dang it. Okay, yeah, there are a couple of new lymph nodes, but lymph nodes can come and go if you get an infection. I have been dealing with severe diarrhea off and on for the last, months. Of course I'm going to have lymph nodes down here that pop up and come and go away. That's no surprise. But this thing here by those left ribs, that has been an ongoing issue, and this is the first time it's ever looked that good. It's just so much better. And these are all smaller, and there's fewer. I mean, you can see all these little specks in the previous one. A lot of these little specks are smaller. All right, so this is what I look for: the number and how much they are taking up. And I mean, down here especially, it's really just looks so much better. But oh no, you have progression. We need to change your medication. I'm not feeling it. I'm going to definitely be contacting my doctor and sitting here side by side. Please, would you review these images? Because I'm questioning whether or not we really need to change medications right now. Alright guys, well, I'm going to end it. I was making one of my videos. But that's like,